Delighted to be joined today with Erica Burke from Bohemians. First and foremost, Erica, like as a team, Bows have been in great form in the WNL the last couple of weeks. How have you found the season so far?
Yeah, great to join you, first of all. It's been a decent season so far. Definitely an improvement again on last season. I think at the beginning of the season, and we were a bit inconsistent, but bringing in some new players, strengthening the squad, um, it's been really really good, and we've got a lot of wins under our belt now, which we struggled to do last season. We drew a good few games and won a couple, but we're winning a lot more now, and it's great.
Yeah, and before the season kicked off back in March, as a team, did you just kind of have any goals that you wanted to kind of achieve this season?
Yeah, well, one of our main goals was to get to the cup final. Um, so we're into the semi now, which is great. We've a tough draw, obviously away to Shells, but it's great to be putting ourselves in a position to reach one of those goals. And the other one was to finish in the top four in the league. We're still going to push. We'll keep pushing to the end of the season. I think there's maybe eight games left. So there's plenty of opportunity to pick up more points between now and then.
And you mentioned the cup there. You beat Sligo Rovers the weekend 3-1 to get into the semi-finals. Considering this is Bohemians' third season in the WNL, it's quite a great achievement to be at that stage in the cup.
Yeah, I think it's a testament to first and foremost the management and the coaching setup that we have at Bowes. I think I haven't been involved with any other teams in the league, but I would say they're up there with the best, in my opinion. You know, to think how far we've come from when we started out. I only joined last season in Bowes' second season, but from what I've heard from their initial season in the league as well, there's just been so much improvement, and it's a testament to the girls though as well, the hard work and the training. It's all paying off at the moment, so we just need to. I know, like we know that there's even a lot more that we can achieve, and one thing that we haven't done is we haven't picked up points, say, against the likes of Wexford. We haven't got over the line against Wexford yet. We did manage to pick up a point against Shells a few weeks back, which was great for us. But yeah, there's been massive improvement, but I do think there's still a long way to go.
Yeah, and going back to that cup game against Sligo, Sligo had just beaten Shelburne 3-2 at the showgrounds. Were you kind of worried about what form and maybe like confidence they would have coming in, or was it a case of just focusing on, Bows as the team and getting the job done?
I think we knew, like, we've played them twice already before the cup game so far this season, and we'd beaten them on both occasions, and we knew what we were capable of against them. So I don't think we weren't focused so much on what they had done against Shells. We just focused on our game plan, our strengths, and where we felt we could hurt them the most. And yeah, so we didn't focus too much on what they'd done against Shells. Obviously, that was a great win for them, but we could only just focus on ourselves, really.
Yeah, and now the semi-finals, you face Shelburne at Talca, like probably if not the most difficult, probably semi-final you could have gotten. But the game's not for like another couple of weeks. Is it something that's in the team's mind already, or are you kind of focusing now on league games and you'll take that game then when it comes closer?
Yeah, definitely focusing on the next couple of league games first. As I mentioned there at the start, one of our goals was to get into the top four in the league, and we can't take our eyes off that either. So we're looking to pick up points. We're actually against Sligo this weekend again, over in Sligo. So yeah, that's the next focus.
Yeah, and I think you can see watching the games, you all seem to have like a good understanding of each other on the pitch. Like you can see that you really want to play for each other as well. How important is that kind of team bond in terms of then getting the results out of the games?
It's very important, especially when things aren't going your way in matches. I think that's when it comes to the fore. Really, it tests the strength of the team. It could be very easy to down tools when you concede, but as we're getting to know each other more, and the new girls have gelled really, really quickly. The likes of Neve Pryor and Rachel Doyle. Yeah, the bond is really, really strong within the team, and we're really enjoying it at the moment. I suppose winning helps that, and we're getting used to that now, which is great.
Yeah, and your team, I think that you always make it somewhat difficult for other teams to play against you. Like you always give every team, no matter what, a bit of hassle. Is that like a reputation that you just kind of strive for? Because it's probably a good reputation to have.
Yeah, I agree. But one area that we've fallen down on is where we're tough to break down for 60, 65 minutes. And then we lose concentration maybe for a minute or two and we concede then. So I think in the last couple of weeks, that's something that we've really, really improved on, especially since the Wexford game, since we conceded those 2 late goals.
You know, yeah, I completely agree. You've had some great performances as well, like as a team. Is there a game that kind of stands out to you? Maybe a favorite one that you've had?
I think probably the when we beat Peamount a few weeks ago. That was obviously massive. You know, they were a huge stumbling block for us the past couple of years. We performed really, really well, but also our first half against Sligo last weekend, I really thought, I don't know if you watched it or if you got to saw it, but I really was so proud of the team. Like I really thought everything that we had worked on in training had finally come into to play in the first 45 minutes. We stopped a lot of that in the second half. We were more managing the game rather than pushing on, which if we could do it again, we'd keep pushing on, especially in those first 10, 15 minutes of the second half. But I think the first half of last weekend was a real standout performance for us.
Yeah. And, as a team, you've scored 27 goals so far in league and cup games. Out of all the goals, do you have a favourite one, like one of yours or a teammate's one?
I think Bambi's goal, Rebecca Cook's goal against Peamount, probably her second goal. I think that would be a standout one. Just the buzz after she scored that, and especially when it was in Dalymount. Yeah, I'd have to say Bambi's goal against Peamount. Yeah.
Yeah, I was in Dalymount actually for that one, and the crowd and the atmosphere after she scored that was crazy.
Incredible.
Like going back to the very start, Erica, like how did you kind of like get into playing soccer in the first place? Because I know you have a bit of background in Gaelic football, so did that kind of influence your decision a bit?
Well, so I've always played just in school. Like I'd be like the only girl like playing at lunchtime with the lads. But yeah, I played in school the whole way up just at lunchtime, and then the year before last, I played a few games for my local club at home, Kinnegad Juniors, because my friend's girlfriend was playing with them, and I went and played a few games. And like I've always loved soccer, always wanted to play, but just with Gaelic, I never made the switch. Not that I've even made the switch now. I'm playing the two at the moment, but yeah. So I went and played a few games with Kinnegad Juniors, which was very, very enjoyable and a great introduction into the game.
Yeah. Finally, my last question, Erica. What's been the biggest learning curve for Bohs this season, do you think?
I think the biggest learning we've had is being able to get over that 60, 65 minute hump that we seem to have had. We're really turning into a team that can last 90 minutes now. And I think a big part of that is the girls that we've added to the squad, because when we're bringing subs on, it's not weakening the team at all, it's strengthening the team. So yeah, I would say that's the biggest learning curve.
Yeah, brilliant. Well, thanks a million for joining me, Erica, and best of luck against Sligo now at the weekend.
Thanks very much, Emma.